Title: A Soldier's Last Prayer. The sound of gunfire echoed through the battlefield. Smoke curled into the darkened sky, and the air was thick with the stench of blood, sweat, and burning metal. A soldier lay on the ground, his body torn apart by shrapnel. His hands trembled as he pressed against the gaping wound in his stomach, trying to stop the inevitable. His best friend, his brother in arms, knelt beside him. "You're not dying today, man. Just hold on." The wounded soldier coughed, blood trickling down his lips. "We both knew this was coming." No, we didn't. We're getting out of here. I promised your wife you'd come home." The dying soldier smiled weakly. "Tell her I love her. Tell my son. I'm sorry I won't be there." His friend shook his head violently. "You tell them yourself. Do you hear me? You tell them yourself." But the light in his eyes had already started to fade. And just like that, he was gone. 6 months earlier. He kissed his wife goodbye, promising her this would be his last tour. "One more, baby, just one more, and then I'm done." She forced a smile, but he could see the fear in her eyes. "You always say that." He knelt down, ruffling his son's hair. "Be good for your mom, okay? I'll be back before you know it." His son hugged him tightly. "I don't want you to go, Daddy." Neither did he. But war calls, and when it does, you answer. The battle that changed everything. It was supposed to be a simple operation: secure the village, clear out enemy forces. Then the ambush happened. The first explosion sent men flying. The second tore through their unit. Gunfire rained from the hills, and before they knew it, they were pinned down. "We need backup." But no one was coming. That's when he saw his best friend fall. Blood everywhere. Time slowed. The sounds of war became muffled. He ran to him, ignoring the bullets zipping past his head. "Stay with me, man. Just stay with me." His friend's grip on his hand weakened. "You were always the lucky one." He shook his head violently. We're both lucky. We both make it out, just like always." But war doesn't care about promises. And as the light faded from his friend's eyes, something inside him broke. The aftermath. The flight home was quiet. No jokes, no laughter, just empty stares and the weight of too many ghosts. At the funeral, he stood in front of the flag-draped casket, his heart pounding. His best friend's wife was there, holding their son's tiny hand. "He was so proud of you," she whispered through tears. His throat tightened. "He should be here, not me." She shook her head. God had a plan. He wanted to believe that. He really did. But it was hard to see God on a battlefield. The prayer. That night he sat alone in his room, staring at the folded flag in his hands. And for the first time in a long time, he prayed. "God, I don't know if you're listening. I don't even know if I deserve to be heard. But if you can hear me, tell him I'm sorry. Tell him I wish it had been me instead. Tell him his family is safe, that I'll watch over them, that I'll make sure his son never forgets the kind of man his father was. And God, I know I've questioned you. I know I've doubted you. But if there's a heaven, let him be at peace. Let him laugh again. Let him run, free from war, free from pain." He took a shaky breath. "And when my time comes, let him be the first one I see. Amen." If this story touched your heart, subscribe and share. Tell us in the comments. Have you ever lost someone?